Tannins in Pinot Noir and, sort of, the lighter structured varieties in general is a really interesting question. Tannin, if you taste it, you know it. And tannin is that component of a wine. When you taste the wine, when you put it in your mouth, it almost feels like your mouth is being dried a little bit. And so like if your tongue sticks through your mouth a little bit and you kind of feel like a texture there, maybe like a sandpaper or a suede or a velvet, just depending on the quality of the tannin, that's tannin. Tannin comes from the vineyard. Well, it actually comes from a couple places. It can come from barrels or it can come from the vineyard. I prefer tannin when it comes from the vineyard. And in the vineyard, tannin is a defense chemical for the grapes. Tannin helps prevent molds and mildews from colonizing on the berries. Tannin can also keep insects from eating the grapes. And sometimes you'll see grapes when there has been the presence of mildew in the area, even if they haven't gotten it, they'll have higher tannin levels because it's almost like they're boosting their immune system against that attack. And so tannins are very natural. Another thing that tannins do is they're antioxidants. And that's one of the reasons why tannins are good for you, because they kind of function like vitamin C or something else. They scavenge free oxygen. They scavenge the free oxygen that touches the wine during the fermentation process and during the aging process. And once you drink the wine, they scavenge free oxygen that's in your body as well. So tannins have an important role, but they can also, in excess, taste bitter. They can be very drying on the palate. Another role of tannin is in aging. But it's a little confusing, the role of tannin in aging. In Cabernet and Merlot and Cabernet Franc, Bordeaux varieties, tannin is a really, really important component for the ageability of the wine. And so that's why when you open an old Bordeaux, there'll be a half an inch of sediment on the bottom of the bottle. A lot of that is a complex of tannins and pigments from the wine that have settled at the bottom. So tannin is not a super stable component, but it does have that antioxidant quality and does scavenge stuff out of the wine during the aging process. But in Pinot Noir, there's not a lot of tannin, at least in the way that Eyrie makes it. And our wines age really well. Our Chardonnays age really well. There's 0 tannin in our Chardonnay. What is going on? So a lot of people point to tannin as being sort of like this chemical component that allows a wine to age. But it's not a component that allows the wine to age, at least not in the Pinot family of, Pinot Noir and Pinot Gris and Chardonnay and Pinot Meunier. That ability to age is coming from somewhere else.